Hi, I'm Justin Johnson, and today I want to take a look at how to get a better night's sleep, especially here in the great outdoors. So stay with me. Now, when I think about having a good night's rest, I think about one specific topic, and that's the shelter. Now, there's three key elements that are going to be extremely important to your shelter system. Now, the first element is going to be cover. We need to be able to get underneath something to block us from the elements. That's the wind, the rain, snow, any of those types of things that are going to come down and cause us to maybe lose our body temperature and go into a state of hypothermia. So we need to find shelter first and foremost and to be able to get underneath something. Now for the second part of this, we've gotten under something, now we need to be able to get into something. This is going to be our sleep system that's going to help regulate our core temperature and keep us warm throughout the night. And lastly, we need to find something to get on top of. Now this is going to help separate our bodies from that cold ground, and it's going to battle conduction. So I'm going to take a couple minutes here and show you exactly what I use for all three of these. Now, if you remember, the first thing we need to do is find something to get under, and that's going to shelter us from the elements. Now, for the cover element in my shelter system, I like to always pack a 5 foot by 7 foot emergency blanket. This particular one has a reflective surface here. In case I have a fire out in front of me, it'll reflect that radiant heat back down towards my body. Now, I'm going to set up a simple lean-to shelter, and to do this, I need to first create a ridge line. Now, I've got a tree over here that I'm going to tie off to, but I don't have one here. So I'm going to create one using these two sticks. So I need to secure my ridge line to the ground using a tent stake. So I'm going to make a real quick bowline knot here. I'll put a link in the description on how to do this. And once I've got that tied, I'm going to go ahead I'm going to drive that tent stake in at about a 45-degree angle there. I'll take these two sticks here and create an X right here in the center. Take my ridge line that is secured by that tent stake and come underneath that X and over the top. And I'll wrap this 2 to 3 times. Now once I've wrapped it 2 or 3 times, I've got it pulled nice and tight. I'll go ahead and create a figure 8 here. And now I can run it back to my tree and tie it off there. Now to tie it off at the tree, I'm going to use a simple trucker's hitch. Just put a half hitch in it there. Now it's time to go ahead and hang this tarp shelter. I'm going to use a couple wooden toggles with a couple prusik loops. Now the only thing that's left to do is go ahead and stake off these 2 corners. All right, may have to make some adjustments here. Now that I've got my cover element completed, I can go ahead and start next with the last one, which would be that element that separates us from the ground. So what I'm going to use, and everyone has a different personal preference, I'm just going to use this canvas bedroll. This is waxed. And all I need to do is just place it underneath that shelter. Now a secondary layer that I'm going to use as well is going to be a wool blanket to go on top of that canvas. And once I've got that set up, now I'm ready for my actual sleep system. Now this entire system fits easily in my backpack. I've got the soft pillow, the quilt and the compression bag here, and in the very bottom, I've got that lightweight mattress. This compression bag works really great. I can really cinch down here on these straps and get this footprint as small as possible. It's really simple to take out. It does come in its own dry bag. And the entire quilt and sheet are nice and compressed in that dry bag. As for my sleep system, I'm 6'3", and so I like to spread out a lot at night. I don't like that confined feeling like inside of a mummy bag. The only system that I found that really worked to fix that was the Zenbivy system. It's a 3-part system. You've got a quilt, you've got a sheet, and then you've got a mattress. All 3 of those work together to kind of give you that same type of a feel that you would get in your bed at home. The mattress does have an R value rating, which is going to help with conduction. Now, that's one of the perks of having this system, is that the quilt can be detached from the bed sheet and then be used around camp in the morning, especially when it's cold out. Perfect for that cup of coffee. Now, the quilt comes in multiple colors. However, I decided to choose this bright red one to give me a second option to use as an emergency signaling device. Now, I hope that was helpful to you. If so, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you on the next one.